I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is June 5th, Thursday, 2025. Hope you had a good day today. So we talked about it yesterday. You got to watch these videos, obviously. But so here's the thing. This is still NFP week. So what I call that is speaker week. I mean, constantly speakers. So as far as the objective goes on the top side, I understood that we were still trying to come up here. I gave a bearish example yesterday as well. So I give 4 examples in general speaking, 2 up and 2 down. But obviously, if we were to, raid all this area, then we would come down quickly. So we kind of actually did both of these things, right? And just fire. I mean, obviously, if you're watching the videos, you can't make this shit up. So I'll be here every day, buddy. But that's just probably going to slow down, especially in the beginning of next week. So I go on my vacation for 10 days and I'll be gone. So, and then leading up to that, I'll be busy too, probably. But so yeah, let's just take a look. So again, Thursday, not a day to trade. Here's another reason why. But there are trades, and if you're patient, you can see them. So let's start with the let's start with the first one. I'm gonna show this shit because of the fact that I'm telling you the day before. But how did they do it? How did they print the price? We were talking about yesterday of a consolidation, expansion up, or we also talk about speakering up here, right? How did they show the structure already here? I made the video right here. Okay, so what did we do? Well, we came back. Keep in mind, we have the 25. We have the bearish pink daily imbalance. It's quadded. You see that 25%. So we talked about that. Notice PM session here, PM sessions higher lows right here. And then I did not draw this yesterday, which is, I did it today, but I didn't draw the imbalance here on the daily. See on the daily right here, there's an imbalance right here. Look to the bottom left here, right? See that? So I didn't draw that yesterday, but I did talk about coming with these. I mentioned these equal lows right here. I said, if you watch the video, that's why they're 30 minutes, because I explain a lot. But if I was mentioning that they could also want to build liquidity here and then come back down. So now I have it drawn here. This is the daily imbalance right here from June 3rd, right? So I'm saying all that to say this: when I'm taking this screenshot, I am aware of it being here now, right? Like I was aware of it, but you also have 50% of, I'm up here, 50% of the weekly bearish imbalance, and it's nested with 50% of that daily that I just drew. See that? Very close. But what's the logic? Equal lows. What's this? Bust out level. Breakout level, right? So we have to be cognizant of that, right? So this is me here. This is to prove that I have it here. Yeah, buyers and sellers did all this. So I'm drawing it here, but why would I take the buy if I think it might come in here? Well, because this is a speaker. At the time of me screenshotting this, you can see we've already made higher highs here and we've made lower lows here. So now I'm going to get in, zooming in a little bit. Asia right here and London, you see that? Then look at here. Now I'm going to transfer to the 1 minute. 830 comes down. They shoot it down and they raid the London lows. Okay. And guess what? They did not take out these guys. See that? See the PMs? So I'm aware of this. I'm giving you the narrative. In the speaker, okay, well, we came down. Okay, that's a lower low. What does a speaker typically do? It will go to the top side. As you see, I'm on the 1 minute. That's how I make videos long. Then you have the inversion right here. You see that? What are the levels here? It's nothing complicating. It's the 25%, 50%, 25%. Here, 25, last 25% is here. The darker line, that black one, is the 25% top of the weekly. Okay, and then we have the opening day gap right here. Dude, the chart's gonna speak for itself, bro. And just pay attention and look at this shit. You should screenshot my screenshots. I mean, if you're not, but and then you see that 50% right there of that opening range. I'm sorry, of that bearish inversion. So okay, 830 brings it down, takes them out. Obviously, it's coming up. Very hard to catch. Very manipulative. Very wicky. All right, but look how they take out those lows and then they shoot up. So they come up above the 830. They come back in, bounce right there. We also have the midnight level. See this level right here? I'm gonna highlight it right here. See this level? See right? You see that line? That's the midnight level. That's the only thing else in this chart. There's nothing else on this chart, and this gray gap up here. Okay. All right. So now that we've said that, look how even the Asia range here, extra credit here, you can see that we sweep the low. We come to 2 standard deviations, and then we also hit the top 25% of that bearish daily imbalance. See that? Look at the fucking bodies sitting right there. Beautiful sell right there. Why? Because of the fact that they pushed out, they created liquidity here, and it's still funny how they didn't take them right there. Okay, so that's that low right there. So that came up. Look what they did. Look at this. Look at this fucking I think it was an 848 or 849 candle. I think it was 848. And right here, boom. We didn't even have fucking news. They're talking about Euro news. Let me tell you something, man. They did not, buyers and sellers did not bring it to the specific exact level. They did it two minutes before the macro. So of 850. Sometimes they'll do that like 849 and 848. They'll do that, right? Boom. Shoots up and fucking takes a target. Okay, so what's this mean? Well, they took this target already, and that was also very fucking shady and shady. I mean, there's nothing else to say, right? So, okay. So then price plays around here, comes down. I got this imbalance, man. Okay, then 930 is here. It's playing around 930. I'm leaving this for a reason, okay? So just 930 opens up, shoots to the 25%. Look at the body. Look at the body, bro, on the 1 minute. What does it do? In this case, we've already took the top side out. So in general speaking, you're saying, in a speaker, it should buy from the middle. Yeah, in a normal world, or not even middle, maybe even a discount. This is NFP. This is not normal. So what does it do? Shoots. It's already creating legs down. That's a lower low and a lower high now. We have this first imbalance. You'll see how slick that we get to it in a second, but we push up here, and there's a 930 level. This is going to be key later. Also, is sweeps that up candle. Fucking, we're inside this. All right, so is this going to invert to come down? Sure enough, it does. Look at the body stop right there, and then look at this candle right here. See this candle right here? See this candle? This is the first imbalance. You said, it pushed up and it closed. Then this one, it opened up and wicked and came back down, and then it closed on 50%. Yes. What did the next candle do? Patience. Confirmation of what? Okay, well, now this candle comes below. At 50%, it opens of the first imbalance, and it comes down and it closes. Look at the rest. The rest here is just wicks. You see this? Details? If I was to drag this 50% of this bullish imbalance in blue, I'm going to leave that right there for a second. Look how we came down. Well, so we made this low. We made this lower high. Those are swings, right? A new lower low comes to the opening day gap. Okay? Comes to the opening day gap here. And that 25% of the weekly. See that level? See how they're nested right there? And the midnight level. Fuck. All right, so this comes down and then it pops back up into it. See how it pops right back into 50% and tags that bullish imbalance right there. You see that? And then there's also an imbalance that I drew right here in pink. You can see that. Ooh, what's in the background? Ooh, 50% of the opening range gap. All right, it's tagging these levels, man. And then you have the 50% of the daily right here. So remember, it's quadded here. Quad. 50, quad, low. This is going to be important later. We were just all over it yesterday. I've already had these levels on here. Obviously, I'm telling you how important this is. You're sleeping if you're not paying attention here, dude. Because if I stop making videos, you guys are, not you guys, but you're going to miss out. Anyone new or anyone that's not paying attention, right? But you see here, now bodies are underneath that 50% of this little bearish right here. Shoots down. What is it doing? It's just they built this bitch right here, and they built this bitch right here. All right, because why? Why am I taking this buy? So it rated, right? It rated. Another speaker came, took the top. Now it came to the bottom. We did this fucking 2 more times, actually. So when it comes down, this is a high resistance day. All right, and it's Thursday, so there's a chance for a reversal profile, and that's what it fucking did. It reversed, but not without taking out this high first. So what I'm doing here is I'm just flowing with the flow. Is basically how I can say it, because this is in this case it's move down 1. You're already in it. Move 2 up, and then it would be move 3. But notice the PM session, guys. See this right here? See, I'm going to drag it all the way out. Boom. That's when we hit it. Now, I know that I just took that out. All right? Yeah. For me to explain for real, because this is fire shit, buddy, but I have to talk so much. But you see this right here? You see these guys right here? Look to the right of the chart. Look how we clean that up. When I take this buy right here, why am I taking this buy? Because we just cleaned these guys up. Obviously, this low here from fucking from 8:30, right? Or whatever. But look how they came down in here and they swept just these guys right here. Opening range gap, 25% of yesterday. Look at that. Same level. Okay, look at that. It's the same level, buddy. It's the same level, this low right here. So I get on a 15-second and I snipe that bitch. And what's the point of that? Because we just took out the 830 and we just took out those guys. Okay, so now that we did that, we're inside this bearish daily. You can see it in the darker purple, right? So that's why I'm buying it up. Now, taking this fucking sniper, 15-second, you'll see it. I explained it even something yesterday. But what was the goal here? My minimum goal in general was to come back to this first imbalance. Why? Because I know that the algorithm is going to reference that. We have a new high, we have a new low. Okay, that range at 50% is roughly why I am circling in this green one. Because what's in that green zone of 50% of from high to low? We have the 50% of the opening range gap there. We have the 50% of the daily that we're sitting in fucking darker pink, right? And then we have the first imbalance, right? So beautiful, comes right to it. You see it right here. Can't miss that, buddy. Gets it. I decide to hold it. I was gonna take it out. I was gonna squeeze out and be done, actually, because I wanted to be done early and catch a good trade for today's fuckery. Because I'm a good trader. New traders should not be even trading this day. We should be just reading tape. But in general, it comes right to it. Oh, that's the 25%, by the way, of the opening range gap. Look at it. Boom. What does it do? They fucking dirty. They come all the way back down. I was like, oh, the reason why I held it, because I was confident in coming in this area. But number one, number two, I'm bullish. And, in general, I'm fucking bullish. But you notice I have this highlighted now. So you're saying, why would you buy this here if you knew it could come in here? It's early. That's why. That's why. That's what made my decision, plus rating this low and rating this PM session shit over here. I understood what they just did, right? So, that being said, I could even go into more detail, but, there's this wick right here, right? So we're trying to get into that wick. But the point is, well, by the way, it was at 25%, which is really what was a big reason why I took it, plus this -1 standard deviation. If I took a look at the -1 standard deviation right there. See that? I'm going to drag it out. See how I just hit that? You see how it tags it right there? So I had that plus that and this understanding of just fucking these guys over right there. That's what this trade was. A 15-second entry, taking that low, being a speaker, coming up top. Again, I don't have to draw the speaker. You can see it. It's very clear. You can see it. And then it fucking comes all the way back, dude. I'm like, you bitches. But guess what? I've seen this many times. And there's a lot of bullshit chart. On the 1 minute, it looks crazy. On the higher time frame, it doesn't. It's just the 4 hours still kicking in. The 4 hours is just gyrating up and down. But the point is that why didn't I get out? Why didn't I get stopped out? The stop loss is for a reason, right? When it first initially came down. Okay? So because it came down fast. I was like, these fucking bastards. But take a look. I'm going to highlight oops, I'm going to highlight this down wick. You see this down wick right here? I'm going to highlight it from the open to the bottom and drag it out. You see that? You see that? Let me move it over more. See that? Very clear what I'm doing. You see how it tagged? It, first of all, this almost tags it. It pretty much does tag it. And then this level tags it again. And then this level tagged it again. It would have had to have run away. Okay? But they're also building liquidity. Why? Because they're going to come and raid that later. So, hey, the fuckery comes back and almost takes me out, but it doesn't, because my stop loss is where? It's right where my entry is at 50%. Just a hair right here. Just a hair right there. And it doesn't even stop me out. But I'm showing you this here to show you that I fucking stopped out. I got out. There's no question about it. And this is a one contract, buddy. But the logic here, okay, so once it does this, I want to see it come to the top side. At this point, I say, you know what? I'm not fucking with these people because I know they're crazy. And they'll whip it back. So you can see that I have this red level here and red level here. It's going to explain the next trades. This is not the only trade it took. But you see this here? By the way, there's a 50% right there. See that? Which is between the 25 and the high of in the weekly. So I just got that. It's not random, but it's there. And I also have, that's why I was still holding. I was holding because I wanted to get to this area at minimum here and here because I'm bullish, right? So I had this here. I didn't need to be right, but at this point I'm holding it. I'm not changing the color because the price is going fucking nuts. Oh, I didn't get a chance to draw all this too because I was holding it. But here you'll see there's an imbalance right here. And then it switched right above. See how it came above and it bounced right on that midnight level? See that price action? And these two down candles. See that level right there? And this is the daily and the I've already talked about this. Look how it bounced right on there. It comes up, comes back. This is an imbalance right here. Right? And then what is that? That's the bottom of the settlement price right there. And then you see the bodies get stuck to the 25%. You see that level? Watch, pay attention to my details, right? See that? Boom, comes up right to the 25, buddy. Right to the 25%. And then this pops up. Boom, this pops up crazy. And at this point, I'm trying to squeeze it out because I don't care to be right. At this point, my goal was to, because this was fucked up, man. But hey, it's part of the game. And my goal is here now. I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to take this profit and be fucking done, right? But my goal is still to get up here, right? And I still have these levels. Look how, you see how that tag, that bottom right there? Why did I do that? Because of the fact that there's this high right here. Hello. That's liquidity. And then that's the weekly bearish high, right? And there's the gap. Remember, oh, by the way, look how they tagged almost 50% of the gap. Are these levels on your chart or not, bro? I mean, dead serious here. You can't make this shit up. I've already had it here. And by the way, what's to the left of the chart? Oh, yeah, we talked about that. So guess what? Squeezing it out. Okay, cool. Next trade. Just like the similar videos in the past, I was showing you. I'm buying higher lows and trying to take out the high. Okay? I think I did that 2 days in a row even. So guess what? At the time, I didn't draw this out because I'm paying attention. I know what's happening here. Now I draw this one out. You saw me got squeezed right here. See this? See this guy? See me get squeezed right here. Then the price comes back into this imbalance that's right there, right? Now I got the first imbalance all the way crossed over. You see how we tagged almost to 50% by a hair, and it's the 930. Pay attention to the 930. That's right there too. I end up taking this to do what? To come up and take out this high now. What does it do? It pops up and it stops right here, and then it whips back on me. I'm like, you fucking bitch. That's okay. And then I get in again, which is damn near the same level. But why? Because it took me out. I want it to run. I don't want to be in the trade. I could have squeezed it, but I was really married to getting up here. At this point, you can see that I have, pay attention. You can see at this point, I have the green level here because it's this high and the top part of this level here and the gap. And then I have I have a line right here at 21,940 and a half. Why? Go do the research. Go take a look at what that level is. It'll be very clear what that is. It's a breakout level all the way to the left of the chart. So I'm pretty sure they're going to come over here, but I don't need to hit it to be right. You'll see how I'm gauging. I'm just buying higher lows up. So now that I've said all that, it came back against me here on that trade when I took this buy right here. And then boom, this candle tags the first imbalance again right there, buddy. Okay. What's that? Breakout level. So they did. That's what. Okay. Why did I catch this buy? Why did I try to do that? Because a little antsy, and it's part of my flow. And I'm smacking the 50. You know, it's right there. Look where it is. Almost by the 930. That's what I want to see. But it came against me. Okay, cool. I still took it though. What happens? It took it, and then the candle closes by the 930. Then we come up, hit the 25, come back to the first imbalance. Another higher low though. If you take a look, it's higher than a tick by maybe not even a tick, but it tags the high again. Boom. I'm in. Where am I going? Remember, I'm still in here, right? So I understand that. Boom, gone. Now it's going where? I'm trying to take these highs out. Obviously, this is the next high, but I'm trying to take this high out. But what do? I said, fuck it. I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm just gonna try to catch the trade and trail it. Boom. I end up getting stopped out up here. Perfect. I end up taking that trade. One trade up there. Then what do? Boom. Can't make this up. All right. I'm still going for that high, and I got that level there. I still have that level there. So what happens? I knew that when I squeezed it, that it had a possibility of coming back into this first imbalance. Not first imbalance. This bullish imbalance. I have it highlighted there. So what did we do? We tagged in. We tagged in beautifully right there 3 times in the upper quadrant. Okay? We tagged it. I get in. Why? Because I'm looking for the last finale. And look what time it is. I'm trying to get into London close and be done. All right? Because it could what? It could retrace and sell on me. Okay? But guess what? I got this close. See how we blow right through? And I'm squeezing the shit out of it. Can't make this up. And guess what? I'm done for the day. And then guess what happens? Oh my goodness. You can't look how beautiful that shit is. That shit was all there, buddy. That shit was all there. And what does it do? You see me get squeezed out right here. Look at. Then we come and we tag slowly in there. We not the level, but this circle that I got. We're coming in. We're squeezing people to the left. Where is it? You want to see it? I'll show it to you. Want to see it? Whoa. Yeah. We'll come over here. I used to do this shit back in 22, like hardcore. Look at that level. You see that? You see that low right there? You see how the fucking candle breaks right through it? That's that level that I have. 940 and a half. 21,940 and a half. Come on, baby. But guess what? I didn't need to be right for it to hit it. Guess what? It didn't fucking hit it. They did that shit on purpose. Guess what? I don't care. I'm done. But here's another thing. The 3-minute was super sick. If you look at the what do you call it? The RSI was just so sick at first. Look at this. Look at this. Bounces up here, overbought. Comes down here, oversold. That's why I bought this, by the way. Came back up, overbought. Came back down, oversold with the drives. Oh, so sick. Why? Because it's a Thursday profile of reversal. This is end up being a bearish day. And what do you see in that? All of this was fake buying. Obviously, I am aware that it's possible that we can come back into this story here. Let's go back into it real quick, and you'll see how fire this is. Look at this. So they reversed. That's why I was done. That's why I got out. And it's a look at lunchtime. Boom, reversed. It's super easy. And even if you took this sell, where's 50%? Right here. Where's liquidity? All right here. What if it's in a speaker down and it's a Thursday reversal? Right here, liquidity. What if it keeps going? Where would it want to go? Hello, we talked about that equal lows here. And obviously this is a breakout level. There's the 50% right there. I mean, as it's coming in, look, you'll see. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Can't make it up. Let me just do it this way. I got to be done. Take a look. Selling off. Look at the body sitting right there on that gap. I mean, come on, man. So sick. Right there. Underneath it. Boom. Come down. 930 again. And 25 comes in. Boom. 930 again. Sells underneath. Starts blowing through. Look at each fucking level and candle if you were watching it. Boom, 25%. Come underneath, 25%. Boom, low of the daily gap. Comes up. It's playing around here. And what was I going to say? I was going to say something. I forgot. But anyways, okay, cool. And then what? Now it came outside of it. Now of that bearish daily. Then what does it do? What does it do? Fucking, okay, if this is a speaker here, you're buying up 50%. Not even the range of here to here. Fuck that. It's lower. But it's algorithmically lower. Where? At 50% of the opening range gap and 50% of the daily. Right there. Look at that. Playing, tagging, comes underneath. Get your first imbalance of the PM session. Beautiful. No bodies. Sells right from it, bro. Where are they going? Another lower low. Where more specifically? The fucking bullish daily imbalance. Oh, where? To the 50 of it. I'm leaving it staggered on purpose now. Look at the 50. Bro, that's tagging right at it. And then you got the 50 of the whole weekly right there. This level 2. Look at that. What does it do? That's a lower low. What does it do? Comes back up to the 25. Look at the body sitting there. Comes right to it, bro. Boom. Boom. Look at the sell-off from the daily. And the top 25% right here. See that? See the little switch? Pay attention to this. Yo, I'm going to be done, bro. I'm telling you right now. This is just super fire. Body's right there. Comes underneath. Look at the flow. Comes underneath. Boom. And then boom. Comes below. Comes lower. And gets into, all right, you get the breakout level right there, which is the bottom of that daily. And then it keeps coming lower. Why? There's an imbalance right here. I can refine it with this 4 hour right here. I'm pretty sure I can even go, let me see here. Let's look to the left here. Little liquidity from these higher lows coming to snag them guys. Beautifully, they did. And then it's also, well, much farther than standard deviations. But by the way, when it was selling here, it also came up. So originally, so if you look at the Asia range, we went underneath it. We came above it to 3.5 standard deviation about here, which is that high. We came low to that to the -1 standard deviation. That's the reason why I bought it. But I told you that already. And then price popped back up, went above 4 standard deviation. Okay, damn near 4.5 at perfectly right, and then sold off when this low when they came down here over here. This low right here, look to the left, you'll see that we came to a -2. Look at -2 and look at the low. It's almost it is the exact same level. You see that? Look where it's hovering. Came to the 2, came back up. All right. Boom. Now it came to the -3. Come on, man. All right. And again, 3 down candles. This is pretty. So if we're moving forward, I mean, I don't have to go nuts and say we're super bearish. I don't have to say that. It'll be interesting what they do from here. And but I will say, oh, I didn't do anything here. Well, we had why I should have took that sell was because we had a higher high here. And I could have took that, but I was done with the day. It was already exhausting, to be honest with you. You know what? I was like, let me walk away. Fuck these people. But missed a great sell. And again, could have took it to 50 or below here, and just want to be done. There's no other way I could say it. Be content. I mean, anyways, lower highs there, super beautiful for that fucking. But we had also a divergence here. That's another reason why I held it and I bought it. Nas had this little higher low here. And at the time we had lower lows with S&P and Dow right there. That was another reason why I was still holding and the trade was panning out. But that's about it. Dollar is well, they dipped down. Again, this could be a double buy. Hey, we'll see. So moving forward, I mean, so far dollar has still consistently was coming down from all this price action that we talked about, and we're here. So we were still looking going up, but now we got this big response pushing back. That kind of pushed us back down. That's just the general gist. Okay, there's nothing else I could say there. And I was talking about it being suspect and it being looking like they were gonna, well, shoot a direction, but also look like it could crack. But Thursday, because it's Thursday, is the main kicker here and with NFP as the icing on the cake, right? So all right, they came down, and then we're still here. It's not like we. It was obviously they've done a lot, and it's Thursday. It's still early, but it's anyone's ball game still. It's not like I'm not saying like Bulls, it's over. Especially look at this beautiful. Oh my! I mean, dude, just to have this skill is just phenomenal, man. I mean, that's why I repetitively do this. You know what I'm saying? It's just sharpening my iron every single day, and you get to do it, see it for free. So but and then you can see S&P just came a little bit lower. Now we have these lows here. Now NFP, what are they going to do? Again, it's damn near coming back to a neutral bias because of the fact that okay, yeah, you speak it up, yeah, you came down. It's so easy for me to find myself in Asia here, and then it can bust a direction and no one knows where it's going. But if I'm going to keep it simple like that, you can see the daily, see how we dipped in Thursday profile. So let me please don't be long. 30 minutes, gotta go. Okay, so Nvidia, as you see, also they all came down. So they were all pushing up initially, and then they just wanted to come back and fuck everybody here, right? And seal more of that and breakout level, right? So it's fine. It's fine because of the fact that this is a higher high. I'm sorry, this is a higher low. Remember we made this higher low and we popped up. We made the higher high today, all right? And then they sold off to retrace. That's what this is. At minimum, it's a retrace because that's why I was talking about when I said this. Yes, it's bearish. Like I would have to keep going and it would never come back up here. That would be what it looks like. But it's also a possible situation in being bullish still. But the goal, the idea, well, we stopped here now, right? We didn't hit that 25%. So we're like right here and we bounced up. So that's going to be the interesting thing. Now, if we do become bearish and roll over, obviously NFP can, I mean, usually they're weak, but NFP can fucking really do anything. So I'm not going to guess and I don't care. That's why I said yesterday, I don't care what happens because I'm generally speaking bullish still, right? I'm still bullish and to take this high out. We did that. So coming back also is also a factor, right? As being the objective there. So, if I'm going to continue, well, even when I drew my examples, could I have, I'm just putting it in one direction. So I'd met my goal here. I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. I was just trying to see if it was going to hit it. But again, as you see, I squeezed out before it got there. So that's good trading. Imagine if I was holding the bag and waiting to hit this level and I never hit it. Look how close we got to it. Look how close we got to it. Can't make this shit up. Oh, I deleted it. It's up here. Look how close we got to it. All right. The old me, I would have been in a trade like this, and I would have that bitch would have fell down here. I would have been like, no, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna hold it. It's gonna bounce from here. It's gonna keep going. No. And then the whole time I'm like, nah, it's gonna come and hit this fucking level. Guess what? We were already by it by how many points? I don't care if we goes there. But as you see, I'm taking the buy here, and then a buy right there, and then a buy right there. To what? Slowly come up here. I'm catching the higher lows up. Fire. Can't make that shit up, bro. Can you make mistakes and simple little executions earlier? Yeah, okay. But, in general, such a beautiful show. But I was done. I got shit to do, and I'm winding down, dude. So... And I'm more excited to go to lunch than try to take this sell, okay? Just to be honest with you. But so beautiful, buddy. Again, last thing I'll say is if I'm going to give my predictions again, if we're bullish, I would just want it to go straight to hell up. I ain't going to lie. All right, so that's bullish. And then the second thing is maybe we come a little bit lower, not from here. Maybe we get into this wick that we created here. If it comes again lower here, it would be weird not to me to think not to come here. So that's the bullish scenario. I know that sounds crazy, right? By the way, before I get into the bearish example, I want to tell you this is that there's when we gapped here for this current week, remember we gapped down and we pushed up with bodies. We only have a bullish body there. There's no bearish body. There's no bearish daily candle. So, if they really want to fucking be crazy and NFP doesn't end up going all the way up, and let's just say we are in that situation of 22 and it's a lower high and we're going to retrace back down, well then, it's going to sell from here, or do some shit like this and continue. Okay. Or, you never know. I don't know. They pop up a little bit higher and then they fucking sell off. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to say. The being bearish and coming back above this, I see that as, if that was Dow Jones, maybe they'd do some fucked up shit like that. But I don't see that doing that with Nas. But and that's really it, man. And I think moving forward, you should also gauge where we are with this daily imbalance. You want to see if this is going to be hold as resistance or is going to be used as support, where we come up and we bounce on it. I said that. You hear me said that now. And then obviously you can see these down candles. We come back in, last down candle, demand, and then push up here. We coming back into, see the open of this candle here? This May 29th, drag it out. See, these are two down candles right here. Yeah, that's indecisive, but it's a down candle. And it tagged that. So that's another level of perfect where it's really coming to. Got that daily gap right there. See if this inversion works. See if that's going to be used as resistance if it's coming down. Again, I'm still kind of bullish. But I'm not really looking for trades tomorrow. I am probably, but I was supposed to do a bunch of things, so I might not even work most of the day. But I think I'll definitely post NFP, maybe try to catch something. But it's like I'm not interested. We're not interested. It's like, I don't care. I'm not trying to catch NFP, so I'm gonna let it do what it do, and we'll see what it does, right? And I'm just looking for a trade, just like every day. I didn't need to know what it was gonna do, but I used basic logic, which is using that speaker. I didn't care if it was gonna end up rolling over or keep going. I fucking squeezed out, and I didn't catch that sell. But coming up here, and because this was fucking bogus. Coming up for the new high and getting into here because we're bullish should be on my agenda. And I'm not part of the PM session. As you see, I missed a fucking beautiful trade, but I don't have to be a part of that, right? But if it didn't matter where it was going to go, especially with all this bullshit that it did pre 9:30, that's showing you that hey, you don't have to have a real bias. But my bias was speaker. That was my bias. It wasn't even bullish. It was more so speaker. Speaker was my bias, if that makes any sense. But then the Thursday, I had a very strong feeling that it would do a reversal profile, and it fucking did, man. And I was like, you know what? Because the reason why I didn't want to play with it is because they came up again, right? But guess what? I'm not involved anymore. But with the reversal profile, as you see, is the opening here, we pop up, right? And then we end up coming back down. And then at the end of the day, the PM session is now priced down here that shows it's a bearish daily candle. That's what you see, a bearish daily candle now. Got to be done. Take care. God bless.